Hello everybody, it's me Clock, and we're playing Altalite, a game by Ekkoberry. It's a kinetic visual novel, so don't expect many choices, okay? And it's about a magic user getting kidnapped by a thief, and the lesson it results in. This is just a demo, by the way, and it was made for a game jam, so just expect some bugs, okay? Okay. The jagged inner shape of the valley begins to take form as Fern reaches the peak of the hill. By the way, I'm still sick, so I'm sorry. Mouth breather over here. Last year's trip to the small mining town had fared far better. But the art is so good. In the 2 days of travel, he hadn't come across a single other person. Oh my god, this is a femboy. Oh my god, it's a femboy game chat. That's a he. I didn't know, actually. I wasn't sure. Unkept grass, missing guards, and pop-up shops along the road. The whole place felt lifeless. Given the circumstances, this was not unexpected, but Fern's feeling of disappointment persisted. And their name is Fern, and they're a magic user? Freerun reference? No. He descends along the main road, passing stone houses and shops, seeing several despondent faces as he walks. This place was by no means a ghost town. People still went about their day, but it still lacked the life it once had. This certainly is cheery. Looks like it's spread to the more remote corners of the area. Business had been affected since last year's visit. Some of the stores that were struggling were now completely boarded up. Oh. Reaching an apothecary, Fern is greeted by a closed sign, no hint of when it might change. Peeking through the windows shows nothing but bare hardwood floors and dust. Tries a second location. Similar deal. This one at least had furniture in it. Not for long. Boys, let's steal it. After pacing around for a while, he admits defeat. Well, that's disappointing. Would the mine be worth checking out? I doubt they'd let the public walk in there freely. He stands there for a moment, contemplating how to avoid the entire trip being in vain. The scenery was nice, but his supplies were running low. He couldn't afford returning with nothing to show for it. It's a stretch, but... He glances around, making sure to avoid view of any individual passing by. Surely there'll be something in the back. Slithers around the side of the building and into the back alley, searching for any kind of discarded stock. He finds a promising stack of boxes at the rear. I'd have preferred fresh material to work with, but dried is better than nothing. Excuse me? What? What kind of... It's fern. It's a plant. Bros? He rifles through, but finds nothing. What do you mean that's an affable name? Vial pieces lay broken at the bottom, along with scraps of paper and hunks of wood. Any remaining trace of herb or perishable items are beyond usability. Dejected, he exits the heap, turning back into the alley. I'll try asking around tomorrow. Hopefully I can find a place to stay. As he returns to the main street, he hears a pair of footsteps approaching on his position. Fern begins to turn, ready to explain he hadn't taken anything. But before he's able, he feels something hit the back of his head hard. He stumbles to the ground, his vision turning black. Oh shit. Oh god! Oh god, we're already tied up! Fern comes to on an unknown floor. Well, that was fast. Well, that's how quick it is to get kidnapped, kiddos. Like, be on the ready. Not even 10 minutes in and we're kidnapped, tied up. Alright, well. That's a little kinky. The room is cold and damp, the smell of must lingering in the air. A storage room, though difficult to judge the exact size from his current angle. This is new. What? Fern's first attempts to move are hampered by the rope around his torso. You're not very surprised about this. This is just new being tied up in a room. His vision is hazy. At the slightest movement, the back of his head aches. With some effort, underneath his clothes glow and the pain begins to vanish. Wait, what? Did I just heal myself? Considers his options, opting to take things slow and taking proper note of his surroundings. The items on the cluttered shelves give few clues. A pile of bound books, cloth, and a few candles. A stack of cups nestled in one of the corner shelves. Also, is the music too loud, chat? Let me know. Too quiet to be a tavern? Maybe an inn. I guess it depends on the time of day and how long I was out for. Well, I guess you never know. Maybe this could be what makes the trip worthwhile. Smiley face. He's happy about it. Okay. Alright, Fern. I don't remember walking past anything either, like either of those on my way past town, though. Oh well, let's see where this leads. Hopefully somewhere interesting. I wonder how does Clock find so many femboy novels and games? Let's just say I follow a lot of developers, okay? Let's just say a developer makes a femboy game, and they've got one new follower in MrClockWorks, okay? They got a follower. Okay? Alright? It's not for me, though. It's for chat. Because I know you guys love these games. Leans against the box, making a small noise as he makes contact with the wood. Alright, chat? Alright? I'm on the lookout for femboy games for you. I'm not out here sniffing the ground for femboys for myself. I'm selfless. Something on the other side of the room stirs. Hey, Mage. You awake yet? Ah, you must be the one responsible for this double knot I'm having trouble with. In front of him stands an elf boy with a sour expression. Wow, he's really cute. They're both really cute, to be fair. I love their art style. This is Ekkoberry. Fern barely lit. Alright. Fern barely lifted an eyebrow at the sight of his captor, prompting the boy to kick the shelf next to him in an attempt at intimidation. Ooh, daddy. Doesn't work. Cure my sister. Excuse me? You heard me. I know a mage when I see one. You can do magic, right? My sister's sick, and I want you to do something about that. We've been trying to get in contact with the Magic Users Guild for months. The rot's getting so bad it's stopping Sienna from sleeping and... Wait, she got gangrene? What do you want me to do, chop it off? Oh, I'm not someone who can do healing magic. Sorry. Didn't I just heal myself? So if you'd kindly drop me back off from where you picked me up, I'd Wait, no healing at all? Isn't that what you people do? Kinda true, you people? Is kidnapping all that you do? I guess I'm just ignorant on the subject. Care to enlighten me with an example, or get in contact with one of your guild buddies? No can do, sorry. Even if I could do something, I can't do it with my hands behind my back. Not that I feel like offering my services to someone with this little sense of hospitality. Untie me. Maybe then we can talk. The boy's attention diverts from Fern as the door at the top of the stone stairs creaks open. Esca, are you down here? Fern watches her, noticing a slight limp in her walk. Well, yeah, her leg's rotting, bro. Help a girl out. Ah, so that's where what all the noise was. Am I interrupting something? Yes. He's in the sex dungeon for a reason, Sienna. Leave! Get into the good part. Did I wake you up? Sorry. It's okay, I wasn't asleep. Esca turns back to Fern. If you can't do anything, there's no point in continuing this conversation. Don't want to hear me out at all? Maybe I could be useful. If you can't heal, I don't care. I'll just take what's on you as Oh, wait, sorry, that's the guy still. I'll just take what's on you as compensation for wasting my time. Wait, bro literally just kidnapped him and is just like... Yeah, thanks for wasting my fucking time, bro. God, you made me kidnap you. God. Esca gestures to the girl who begins rifling through Fern's pockets. Nice. I get the women to do the work for me, too. Well, it's not like I can stop you. Sure, take whatever you'd like. Pretty cooperative for someone getting robbed. I just don't think it's worth the hassle. You have a lot of weird stuff in here. Cooking equipment, paintbrushes, empty jars. Are you an artist or something? I like to consider myself one, if I'm being generous. We can't sell those. I'm just gonna take the money and the jewelry. This necklace is pretty. Sure, help yourself. Okay, oh, but let me keep the notebook. I doubt anyone would buy that. Sure, just looks like a bunch of scribbles to me. If this is your attempt at drawing, it kinda sucks. Dude, you're robbing me, and now you're just insulting me. You're not even putting up a bit of a struggle? Are you after a fight? It's not like I can begrudge you. I've done far worse. Well, nice to know I'm not robbing a saint. Something tells me that in your eyes, being a magic user disqualifies me from that category. Am I right? You're welcome to be the first to change my mind. No chance of you learning healing magic real quick for me? I'll even think about giving you your stuff back. Dude, I love the banter. Dude, this is really good, actually. Alright, well, Esca, you ruined it. You just farted, bro. Sorry, I just don't have the knack for it. I think that's about everything. Thanks. Take it upstairs, will you? I'm just about to finish talking down here. Sure thing. We're done, are we? Mind untying me then? And I'll see myself out. The boy takes a swift kick at one of the shelves before dragging his heels over to untie Fern. What's this? You're just letting me go? You almost sound insulted. This town has weird ideas about kidnapping. No dragging me out into the middle of nowhere with a blindfold on to keep your base a secret? Is that what you want? As long as you're not too rough, I don't mind. What? Excuse me, Fern? Wait, Fern really was hoping he was in the sex dungeon. Goddamn, dude, what the fuck? Look, I just don't think letting your victims know where you operate from is a smart move if you want to keep doing this for the long term. What happens if I tattle? I'm not worried. Good luck finding someone who will care. I would refrain from messing with magic users in the future, though I'm rather lenient compared to my peers. Stop wasting my time. Get out. Fine, fine. Don't think about trying any funny business on the way out. I wouldn't dream of it. Well, I'll see you around, I suppose. Oh, wait. Actually, ask Vin right now. Can you ask her? She's online, right? Ask her if she wants to make the thumbnail for this video, because it's actually a really good game. And it's a Femboy game. I'll send her the video after, okay? I'd really prefer if we didn't. YouTube, you didn't hear that. I totally cut that out of the video, YouTube. But if you are seeing this, YouTube, and Vin does make the thumbnail art, say thank you. Because I'm sure it's amazing. I haven't even seen it yet. I haven't even asked yet. I'm sure it's fucking beautiful, okay? I'm sure it's amazing, and you enjoy some Vart, okay? The basement door opens up into a wide space with stained glass windows. A church. I wasn't expecting that. Oh well, won't ruin my day. Yeah. The boy's sister waves from across the pew she's perched in. Getting Vin to Vart live on stream? Hell yeah, I am. Okay, so sorry, back to YouTube. Oh, bro, let you go. I already hid what I didn't hand Esca. Sorry, I'm not giving anything back. Times are tough right now, I understand. Your leg's rotting off. This is probably the most hospitable pair of thieves I have ever been towards me. Not the first time you've been robbed? Might have happened once or twice before. Is it a vibe I'm giving off? The coat looks pretty nice, though I think it might have to do with those marks on your hands. Those look like they cost a bit to have done, especially with the rules surrounding that kind of magic now. You ever thought about investing in a pair of gloves? Well, I won't tell if you won't. There's no one here to tell, same way there's no doctors around. You can go now. Are we in a church, by the way? What kind of house is this? I already told you, we're not giving you your stuff back, so there's no point in trying to talk to me. I know, that's not why I'm bothering you. Fern pulls out a map and a piece of paper from his back pocket, one of the few items he still has on him. I don't suppose you could tell me which direction your brother dragged me in from? And if there's any place to get anything on this list? She points to a hill north of where he last was. What kind of weirdo list is this? I guess you could try around here, but it's a stretch. Thanks for the help, and good luck. Tell your brother to watch his temper for me, will you? See you around. Packing the rope away and rifling through the items his sister collected, Esca couldn't help but be confused at how that exchange played out. What the hell was that guy's deal? He sorts out what might be sold, but most of it looks like eccentric junk. This is about it. I guess it'll have to do. He gives up and heads upstairs. Hey, Sienna, I think I could sell some of what that guy had, so later on I'll... Sienna? Glancing around the main room, he doesn't see his sister. He checks the small side room and still nothing. Concerned, he walks up and down the aisles, hoping to spot her. Hey, sis? Sienna, are you okay? Collapsed on the floor lay Esca's sister, breathing but unmoving. He shakes her shoulders, but nothing he tries succeeds in waking her up. A few days later... Oh. Wait! Wait! He tracked me down. Oh no, dude. A few days. Well, Femboy... Maybe this time it's nighttime, and maybe things will get a little naughty for you. Hey, yo. You know, maybe he really did want a second date. Fern wakes up to the same sight as before, only darker. No gentle come to, this time instead being shaken awake by the same boy as before. Been looking everywhere for you. Oh my god. Like, really? Oh, this is my first time having a fan. I'm sorry, I'm a little underprepared. My sister, what did you do to her? Huh? I didn't do anything. I checked into the inn over on the other side of town and have been looking around for supplies ever since. It's plenty to leave today if you hadn't rudely intervened. Sienna's been unconscious since you left. Is that all? Doesn't she have trouble sleeping? Sounds like a solution to me. Dude, he's gonna choke you out, bro. Unless you like that, Fern. I'm not messing around this time. Fix her. Esca flicks a small pocket knife and holds it to Fern's chin. Ooh, you are upset, huh? Fix my sister, or I'll see if ending your life undoes whatever curse you put on her. You're very demanding, you know. Have you tried a nicer approach? There's a glow from underneath Fern's clothes. The bindings surrounding him undo themselves, and he stands up, ignoring Esca's threats. Okay, yeah, he is a better mage than he lets on. But I'm pretty sure he healed himself. So Fern's a dirty liar, okay? Sorry, stepping back. He moves fast, grabbing Esca's wrist and yanking the blade out of it. He moves fast, grabbing Esca's wrist and yanking the blade out of it. Tucks the knife into his back pocket. That's better. As you were saying? Esca takes a second to process what just happened. Nice trick. I don't care how strong you are. Undo whatever curse you put on my sister or else. Can I have my things back? No. Really? Why not? I already sold a lot of it. And the money you made? Spent. Don't look at me like that. It went to food and medicine. Well, that's unfortunate. You have a debt to pay back before I even consider helping. You don't look too pleased about that, but it's your choice. Your sister will remain in the state she's in until I decide to help her, it seems. Unless you can figure out something yourself. Well, the power dynamics shifted a little, hasn't it? Don't worry, I'm not unreasonable. I do have conditions for helping, though. I need a roof over my head. Is this church yours? Assume not, based on what I know of your current financial predicament. But it sure does look roomy. I prefer to keep a low profile too, so no mentioning to anyone I'm here. I'll feed myself, don't worry about that. Wait, how are you going to feed yourself? Your sister didn't take all my money. I'm no spring chicken when it comes to travel. I'm surprised. You don't look like the kind of person who'd be that careful. Nothing wrong with people underestimating you. That's why I have enough to eat. Anyways, I'm assuming those conditions work for you. I don't know about you sticking around. Think of it this way. If I'm nearby, I can monitor your sister's condition. She better be okay. I swear if I... You have my word. Not that you care about that, I'm sure. But I have nothing against her. After all, she's not the one responsible for my near concussion. Twice now, too. Dude, I love... Dude, Fern? Fern is goated? I like both of these characters, man. They're both great. People are talking backwards in my server. All right, well, that's great. That's good. I like that. Personally, preferred. So I can't read the shit you guys are writing. But it's nice to see she has a good big brother, at least. Taking better note of the environment around him, Fern sees Esca has moved his sister to a bed. Judging by the light outside, it was now later than he would have liked. Well, I'm going to bed. That was the plan, making my way back to the inn if you hadn't gotten in the way of that. If I'm sticking around, tomorrow we can head out and collect the supplies I couldn't get a hold of. Where am I sleeping? Where's the comfiest? We only have 2 beds. Oh, that's a shame. Where are you sleeping then? The pews upstairs? No way am I leaving a stranger alone in a room with my unconscious sister. I don't think you have to worry about the femboy. I guess that hadn't crossed my mind. I'm not interested in her, if that helps. For several reasons. I knew it. I'm sure that does little to persuade I won't try anything, however. I'm guessing moving her upstairs is out of the question. Esca's silence confirms that guess. Well, maybe the fart helped too. What a cold glare. If you expect me to sleep on the hard pews, you're a pretty cruel host. Esca moves across the room to gather the blankets from the spare bed. Tosses the single flat pillow at Fern, who catches it with both hands. Pews for both of us, then. You're lucky it's not that cold. I'm not sharing a bed with someone I don't trust. Come on, man. Come on, Esca. Dude, I actually love this. They're just gonna go sit... They're gonna be best bros, dude. Right? Best bros? Fern shrugs. Have it your way. Before heading upstairs, Esca checks on his sister, pulling up the blankets up over her body. Sorry, sis. I'll get this fixed quick. I promise. 2 of them leave Sienna and set up their bed along one of the back pews, taking opposite sides. The wood is hard, and only so wide. Moonlight streams through the murky, stained glass. Esca was correct. Despite the thin blankets, it's not too cold. You can keep the pillow. My bag's worked as a headrest plenty of times before. Takes the pillow and props it up against the pew's armrest. Suit yourself. I won't say no to more back support. So, what was that glowing that happened earlier? You want me to give away all my secrets? Just curious. Something like that seems useful. Sorry, a little bit of a hydrate check right there. YouTube, get a sip. Get some water right now. How do you do it? Is there a limit to it? I don't think it'd be a good idea to tell you if I have any weaknesses while our relationship's so strained, right? What do you want from me? I just think it's cool. Well, maybe if you butter me up some more, I might share a bit more about it, but not before. Fern fires back with a question of his own. So why is a pair of thieves living in the basement of a church? Figured it'd be an interesting bedtime story. It's not anything exciting. The guy who owns the building is a family friend. What is chat typing, bro? What is... Now the fucking Twitch chat is backwards typing. No. Posture check. I can do that. Because I did lock in. When I was kidnapped the second time, YouTube, I locked in, okay? I was ready to read something horrible. You already know our financial situation. Fill in the rest yourself. You don't strike me as the devoted type. We're just looking after the building until he returns. He's training up to deal with the Mage's rot, so the place is empty in the meantime. And when he comes back, what are your plans after that? The question elicits a contortion of Esca's face. Takes a second to calm himself. Haven't worked that part out yet. The conversation stops dead in its tracks. I'd rather talk about anything else. Or sleep if you're sated. Well, maybe for now. It seems I've hit a bit of a sore spot. Hardwood isn't a comfortable surface to sleep on. Yes, it is. It takes a while for Fern to drift off. Bro, when I was younger, I would sleep on concrete floor and be like, nice. Rumi, can you get me a pillow? Thank you. The next morning, Esca's vanished from the shared pew. People used to think I was a freak because I'd, like, fall asleep at the sleepover on the floor with jeans on, bro. Be like, it's bedtime. Clonked out, bro. I'm clocked out. Huh? Where's my host? He finds Esca back downstairs, feeding a thin soup to Sienna. Look at you taking care of her. What a good big brother. She's my sister. What am I gonna do? Let her starve? Yes, she's fine. You don't need to worry. Someone's clearly an only child. Well, you got me there. Still, this isn't necessary. Not that you're gonna take my word for it. Moving on, first order of business, I need Altalite. That's the name of the game! Is it gonna end? What? Really? Yes, it's a component in the magic I do. It's mined around here, correct? The apothecaries in the area, from what I could find, are all closed down. Source some Altalite for me. I'm sure a local has a better chance of succeeding than I do. What if that was the hint? What if the sister is like in a stasis spell, like some kind of like stasis? And he knew this was gonna happen, and he put her in a stasis so her condition wouldn't get any, like, worse. Is that the plot twist here? Is Clock a genius? Or am I crazy and I'm gonna have to cut this out of the YouTube video? Alright, YouTube, we're back. You're talking about the clear crystal stuff, right? Yes, that's correct. How much are you after? Fern pulls out a jar from his bag. However much will fit in here. More depends on how much it costs. I want as much as I can afford. You're in luck. I know the place it's sourced from. Hand me your budget for it. Fern does as he asks. That was not a good idea. Did you just hand your thief all your money? Esca slips it into his pocket and gestures for Fern to follow. Oh, okay, he's coming along. The walk from the church is a quiet one. It's so grim since I last came here. You've been here before? I don't remember seeing you around. Well, this is my first visit coming across you as well. I make a trip at least once a year. It's surprising how quickly everything's gone downhill. So many shops closed now. It's been rough. Lots of people sick. Sienna's one of them. Well, it's not much better elsewhere. Whole world's kind of like this. Being so remote might be a blessing. It was weird to see a traveler here. You stuck out so much. Too happy. Definitely someone who can use magic to solve their problems. It's not that straightforward, it's a lot of work. Actually, using magic puts a person at a greater risk of contracting magic rot. So you're an idiot? I prefer the term lucky. As long as you know what you're doing, you can avoid most of the downsides. Sounds nice. Meanwhile, us regular people are suffering. You do better to learn magic instead of complaining, you know. If you think it can solve all your problems, I'd love it if magic could solve my supply woes. It can't even do that. Well, aren't you lucky I'm around? That way you can have your non-magic problems solved for you. You do better getting to know the people of the town instead of complaining, too. They pass through the entirety of the residential and commercial districts and into the industrial section, far away from the main road. Down through the cobbled streets, crossing the river onto the other side of the valley. The sound of mining equipment grows louder and louder as they approach. They reach a mine, embedded into the other side of the valley. A tunnel leads them through and into a half-open airspace with tall walls. I wish magic could repair my marriage. Gab, you were married? Wait, Gab, aren't you like... I'm not gonna dox you, but like, what? What? Hey, yo, you fumbled, bro. It's not gonna happen again. Oh, that's mean. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't... No! No. Gab? Gab's got that goofy riz, okay? He's funny. He's gonna get a girl, don't worry. Don't worry, Gab. Don't worry. I'm not even joking right now. How do you think I got a girlfriend, bro? Esca waltzes in, waving at people as he goes, Fern scurrying in behind him. Esca stops at a large storage building guarded by two men sitting bored beside the entrance. One of them, a tall man with bushy eyebrows, untips the chair he was leaning against and stands up to greet them. Guard 1. Hi, what can I do? Esca, is that you? I haven't seen you in ages. Have you figured out treatment yet? Slowly, yeah. Treatment? I'll talk about later. Good. Something must be going right if you're showing your face back here. I'm not here for work. Sorry. I need into the storage room. The atmosphere quickly changes as the focus shifts to Fern. Oh, and who's the friend? No one special. Just someone I owe a favor. I need in to get some Altalite. He holds up Fern's jar. About this much. Do you think anyone will notice? I don't know. Esca slips the small pouch of coins over and into the man's hands. The other man, still resting in his chair, perks up after seeing the exchange. Haha! Just the crystal, right? Oh my god, guard 2. What are they, brothers? Should be fine, just don't take too long. Without another word, Esca dips into the building, leaving Fern to stand outside next to the two men. He tries not to make too much eye contact. Their gaze doesn't leave him. Trust me, same, bro. I would not be able to stare at their faces. God, I love his face. I love their designs. That's why I want Vin to do the thumbnail art. They're really good, right? I'll tell her after. If she's okay with that. Esca returns a moment later. Jar too full for the lid to close. This good enough? Fern inspects the crystals, picking up some of the larger chunks from the top of the jar, holding it up to the morning sun. Not bad. Not bad at all. This'll do just fine. Thank you. They leave the site, Esca waving to the two men on the way out. Is this whole conversation gonna be in backwards, bro? What is going on in chat, dude? I can't type backwards on my computer. None of them are, Corbin. None of them are. I'm looking at Ginger's screen right now. She's typing backwards, actually. You know the trick, actually, Corbin? It's gonna blow your mind. Lift up your keyboard. 360-degree angles, brother. Okay? Or no, sorry, 180 that shit. 180, sorry. Turn it around. Boom. Upside down keyboard. And then all your words will come out upside down, okay? The few coins remaining in Esca's palm jingle as they slip into his pocket. I heard that. What? Was that jar not worth your budget? You'd have gotten a quarter of that at the apothecary. Tops. I guess a finder's fee is in order. I'll let you keep it. Damn right you will. Me sticking my neck out for you. Fern takes a closer look at the jar's overflowing contents. In it contains pieces of white, semi-translucent crystal, sizes varying from palm-sized chunks to grains that could be mistaken for sugar. I'm impressed. This is pretty nice stuff, considering how little it's been refined. Very few impurities. I don't know if I'd get this level of quality at the apothecary either. I figured you want the stuff we ship off to the Mage Guild branch around here. Fern fails at suppressing a giggle. Oh, so we're stealing from the guild. Even better. So you don't like the guild or something? Do you? I feel like you'd have more of a reason to be unhappy with them than I do. Look at the state of everything. It's now even interfering with my work. I've never talked with a mage before. For all I know, you're all guild fanatics. Oh, right. Maybe now's a good time to mention. I'm not actually a part of the guild. What's that supposed to mean? I thought all magic users were. Well, I guess you could call me an independent contractor. So, you're an outlaw. I'm not dumb. I know you all need a license to do anything right now. I didn't think you'd be familiar with the guild's code of conduct. The guy who owns the church mentioned to us when we started looking into becoming a healer. The guild's not the biggest fans of my work, let's put it that way. Why? You doing something questionable with all the stuff we're gathering? Like putting more people into a coma as an example? Well, clearly they have a problem with it. Not that you need to get bogged down in the specifics. You're helping me either way, right? You're lucky the guild hasn't sent help this way. I'd sell you out in a heartbeat if it was worth the effort. Oh, am I not growing on you? Like mages rot. Tell you what, help me cross off everything off my little shopping list, and maybe I'll elaborate if you're interested. I don't need any more trouble in my life, thank you very much. Oh well, the offer's there if you change your mind. What, dude, outlaw mage? Thief? Dude, it's a D&D party waiting to happen. They make their way back into the town. So what's the next item on your little shopping list? I need panberries. Native to the region, right? Any idea where I can get a ton of those? Preferably cheap. What kind of list is this? This stuff is easy. Next you're gonna tell me you need help finding water. What's that got to do with your magic stuff? Don't you guys just do magic chants over the top of the crystals? We've been over this. I don't do healing magic. And you can't learn? If you gave me several months of research minimum, assuming I had the drive to do it, I could become motivated with enough financial incentive, but I'm guessing you can't afford that. It's not about me. A lot of people pay to have another healer around. When's the church guy coming back? Surely he can take care of things. Not for a while. And definitely too late. Ah, I see. At least it now makes sense why you don't have any contacts. Just thought you were being an asshole about it. You really don't talk to any other mages. Do I get cool points with you if I list off all the rules I've broken? Figured the least you could do is explain why you're useless. Useless? How bad is it? Well, if you must know, the guild breakup was messy. They didn't have an issue with my work before the outbreak, but afterwards is a different story. It's not an easy thing, being asked to give up your life's work. Oh, so real serious, huh? Was it full-on excommunication? Did you go into hiding? About that, I might still technically be on the run. Might still be. Hard to judge when you do a good job of avoiding them. So unfortunately, I don't know if they've found it in their hearts to get over themselves. It pays to keep moving, I guess. I'd like to settle down permanently, though. Moving every 6 months or so is a real hassle. What is happening? I'm not sleeping. Pookie Bear, go to sleep, bro. Watch the YouTube VOD. Become a YouTube frog. YouTube, you're not a frog, by the way. YouTube, you're awesome. I love you, YouTube. You guys pay the big bucks. By the big bucks, I mean like $5. But what I'm willing to do for $5, everybody. Insane, I know. Great. So not only am I dealing with an outlaw, but a wanted one too. Says the kidnapper and thief. Don't act so high and mighty. That's petty stuff compared to what you're getting up to. I'm starting to wonder if helping you out is the right decision. Maybe I should point you in the direction of the nearest market and go back home. Are you not enjoying showing me around? I'll apologize if that means I can keep my helpful tour guide. You know, despite what the guild will make it seem, magic isn't a talent only those born with it can use. They don't have the monopoly they act like they have. You could pick it up with the correct motivation. You're delusional if you think I could pick up healing magic no problem right now. It's not even about the effort required, access to resources, the luxury of time. And more importantly, I'm not doing any novice magic around my sister. Still. Let's just get through this stupid list, okay? I want to go home. If you insist. So, where's the secret berry stash? Surely you can use those coins in your pocket to bribe whoever's in charge? No need, they're wild here. Yes, I know that much, but where are the best ones? You're about a month too late for the best ones. I always come this time of year. Then congrats on being a month out of season. Most are too ripe to have any kind of firmness to them. Once they go dark, the flavor gets kind of weird. I'm not eating them, I need them dark. Really? Well, that changes things. Follow me. I think I have an idea on where to look. Started on Better Half. That is my most popular video on YouTube. Most of my followers have come from a Nemle game, and most of them Better Half. That is my, by far, most popular video. They exit the town and head out into the surrounding hills that slope up and out of the ravine. It's a hike, but before long, they're surrounded by stretches of green meadow. You'd want the ones that have got the most sun, right? That's what makes them dark. Isn't the bigger factor how close it is to a source of Altalite? Yeah, but it's got to be undisturbed. The further away from where we're mining, the better. Eventually, they arrive at an area covered in panberry bushes. Fern's eyes light up. Ah, perfect. Yes, yeah, this is the color I was after. If Manly did a video on it, yeah, most people would not have watched me over Manly. Like, I'm completely new, right? Not to say, like, that's kind of how I differentiate from Manly's game selection, is I play dating sims and just any visual novel, like, it doesn't matter to me. Whereas Manly, strictly speaking, sticks to horror games for the most part. Which is great. Great for me. Also, I think it's great for me because I have more variety. You know, I can actually play whatever I want. Whereas Manly has to kind of... He doesn't have to. He could, at this point, play whatever he wants. But he kind of sticks to horror, right? That's what his audience wants, too. Esca starts picking for the branches, inspecting each berry. Also, Manly's not horny. Yeah, he does not make the same jokes I do. I'd like to say I have a very different personality. Is it just the fruits you use? The roots are pretty dark, too, you know. They are. We had to uproot a ton when we expanded operations about 6 months ago, so I got familiar with it. I'm pretty sure the roots are used in dyeing clothes too. Esca grabs one of the bush's long branches and inspects the berries attached. The roots are about this dark for sure, maybe even darker. Would they be usable? Well, we'd have to kill the plant, but I don't mind giving it a go. These things grow back like nobody's business, trust me. They can be kind of tough to get out by hand, though. Fern digs into his back pocket, pulling out Esca's knife. Good thing I have this with me. Can I have that back, by the way? It's my only one. As long as you lug all this plant matter back with us. Yo, how'd you get my knife, man? What the hell? You mentioned a market earlier. Is that the best place to get something to eat? When's it open? There's one that runs late across town. Great. What are we eating? I barely have enough to cover me and my sister. Didn't you say you were gonna feed yourself? You can go get something you're alone. I don't want to be around food I can't afford. What do you take me for? Some kind of monster? Oh, is this his way of asking me on a date, bro? I'm not answering that. Well, I was going to share. You've been gracious enough with me showing me around. I'll try and do something to return the hospitality. Oh, well in that case, I have some recommendations. That's more like it. Nice. Nice, so we got the take me out to dinner? Oh my god, wait, we're gonna go home to sleep together? Wait a second. Hey, yo, dude. I can't even hit him with the take me out to dinner first, dude. He really is gonna take me out to dinner first and take me home. Jesus. Fern! Got some riz. They make their way down into the town to find the market Esca had mentioned. It's a small collection of stalls, the same cheers the rest of the townsfolk Fern had seen throughout the week permeating throughout. Esca doesn't seem concerned with the state of things and is already listing off places to visit. There's a produce stall around here that's really good. I know where the best deals are, so don't go wandering off on your own. If they don't recognize your face, they'll charge at least double. He drags Fern by the sleeve, who barely gets a chance to look at any one stall in particular. You missed everything, Penguin. The game's over. They stop in front of a vendor selling a range of baked goods. Here, the best bread in town. Buy something from here. Esca, you little charmer. I haven't seen you in a while. It has been a while. How's the arm? It's been so-so. You know how it is. Hope your sister's faring a little better than it's been with me. She's doing okay. Still walking, so I'm happy. And you? About the same as before. I guess he must have the rot, too. Who's the friend? Or are you just dragging in new customers for me? Just a visitor from out of town. Esca's been showing me around all day. He's doing a great job of being my little tour guide. We're just sorting out dinner now. He's paying. Moppin' guy is back, hey Kimono? I'll take his recommendation for food too. 1 loaf, please. Well, I appreciate it. Let me throw in another small one for your sister. Oh, thanks. Make sure to come around a little more if you're able. We miss seeing you about. I'll see what I can do. As Fern takes the wrapped loaves from the lady, he can't... Oh, that was a lady! Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow, that was one manly lady. Hell yeah. That's the kind of lady I'm talking to. Can't help but notice the slight wince. In the moment he's handed the bag, Fern gets a closer look at the lady's arm. Fern had seen it many times before. The discoloration associated with magic rot was entirely up her arm, starting at her fingers and going all the way past her sleeve. Take care! You too. That woman's the Lorax. Damn. Can I please open the basement door? No, I've sealed that shut. It's not contagious through touch before you say anything. I know that. They visit several other stalls, picking up a couple other items before heading back. That was more than I intended to spend. They were returned back with a large range of local fruits, vegetables, and even a hunk of cheese. Nice. I love cheese. Last few rays of sunlight hang in the sky as they make their way back up the hill the church is perched on. Esca rushes down into the basement to once again check on his sister, who remains in the same state she was left in. He comes back up moments later, satisfied that she's okay. Esca heads into the small back room, Fern behind him, offloading the items they brought onto a rickety table. He pulls out a clay pot and a hunk of wood and begins stoking a fire under a small stone stove, balancing the pot on top. We'll shove all the stuff into the pot and let it boil down. I have some leftovers that could go in too. We can have that with the bread and cheese. Sound good to you? So, stew. What's that look for? Sorry, chat, cough. I was expecting something a little fancier, if I'm honest. I was better fed at the inn. What do you want from me? If you don't like it, you're free to cook something for yourself. Sienna normally handles the food. I could tell. Don't look so down. She'll be awake tomorrow. Don't worry. The pot takes a while to simmer, but eventually it's ready. Despite his protests, Fern is won over by the aroma of the stew. You may fascinate a woman by giving her a piece of cheese. Old-timey dating advice. Yes. Yes, chat. I've literally given a woman a wheel of cheese before. It works every time. It works. Oh man, I'm gonna give Ginger a wheel of blue cheese because that's her favorite, by the way. Hell yeah, I am. He's handed a bowl and begins dipping his bread in to take a bite. Esca brings the pot onto the floor and they take a seat beside it. So about that woman at the market, that was quite the patch she had, huh? People work with mage's rot. It's not a rare thing here. Then what's stopping you? That's wheelie cheese of you. Wheelie cheesy of you. Thank you. Thank you. I try very hard. Yo, I ain't got the looks, chat, okay? I ain't got the looks. You gotta be a goofy motherfucker out here if you ain't got looks, okay? That's the only way. It's the only way. And maybe be a decent person too, but you know how it goes. How about a circular craft singles? You're gonna get the cheese touch with that, bro. She's gonna run and scream. Esca tenses at such a blunt statement. It's not just your sister, is it? So what if it's not? I'm asking you to fix her, not me. Explains that exchange you had in mind too, now that I think about it. You can't work around Altalite if you catch it. There isn't much other work out there right now. Happy? Where do you have it? A couple of patches on my back. Wow, really? I was surprised you could carry me all the way here if that's the case. Impressive swing you had. Knocking me out, though. Bet that aggravated things a little. Would have been worth it if you could have done something about it. Take your shirt off. Excuse me? Hey, yo, bro? Just because I'm not a healer doesn't mean I can't do something for you. Let me take a look. Esca does as Fern says, removing both layers. Nice. On his skin were inky patches spreading out from his shoulder and lower back, similar in color to the woman's arm from earlier. I know I'm making this like horny. I actually think this is great, by the way. Doesn't look too far along. Not bad. It hasn't progressed to the spine at all, so I should probably consider myself lucky. Hey yo, Tired Penguins just subscribed? Ginger handing out subs? Just for Penguin. Nice. You don't seem overly concerned with having contracted it. Around here, if you get unlucky with an injury, you end up in my position. I'm not unique. My sister's further along anyways. I'll worry about myself later. He redresses himself. How much do you know about Altalite? It's a magic conductor, right? Ever since the outbreak, our town's economy is warped around it. Easy work since mages need so much. There's also all the usual Altalite warnings. Keep it away from magic unless you know what you're doing. I'm sure you've heard that a whole bunch. Another gifted sub! Hype train, dude? Maybe? Maybe? Someone? I'm kidding. Thanks so much, Anuxius, dude. Nice gift subs, man. Thank you so much. It's the first thing they tell you at the guild. But lucky for you, I know what I'm doing. Let's get a hydrate in. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, but I can certainly make things happen. Fern reaches into his bag and pulls out a mortar and pestle and a couple of jars, one empty, the other filled with a dark liquid. Taking a thin brush, he draws an intricate pattern onto two chunks of the crystal, the lines differing only in their direction. Esca watches carefully. If you're careful, and I do mean careful, you can control the flow of magical energy. Fern holds the ends of both crystals, steadying their position on the stone floor in front of him. The glow from underneath his clothes appears again. The crystal in contact with his right hand explodes, sending chunks in all directions. What? Excuse me. Esca jumps back at the sudden noise. Can you explain what's going on with the glowing already? Wait, excuse me. 100 bits! Nice! Dude, pog. Yeah, I'll take some tea. I'm dying, so, you know. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. No, I'm good on water. I don't need a lesson in magic basics. I want to know what's letting you do that. Weren't you paying attention? I just told you. I hydrated, guys. I hydrated. Dude, extra hydrates. Just for you, chat. Just for you. It's simple energy control. That's it. Don't bullshit me. I've seen magic users work before. They couldn't increase their strength or explode stuff. I'll take that as a compliment. Magic isn't a field that begins and ends with astrology and healing. Clearly. Well, I guess if you're interested... Fern removes his coat and rolls up his sleeves, revealing a tapestry of markings running the entire length of his arm. Tattoos? Kinda. They're a little less permanent, just applied with a brush. The body contains a certain amount of magical energy, so I figured learning to better control that energy could be useful. I want to be able to experiment. At a certain point, you begin to run out of canvas space, so I think temporary is the way to go. So what's with those marks on your hand? So that's what those marks on your hands are. I didn't know it flows in people too. News to me. How would a magic disease affect you if it didn't? God, this is why I hate the guild. It doesn't sustain itself by eating your flesh. You and your sister would be dead much faster if that was the case. Anyways, point being, if there's a flow, it can be controlled. If you don't mind volunteering as a second canvas for me, I can figure out something that contains the disease to the affected areas. It's not a permanent solution, but I think I could probably slow the spread. Same for your sister, but I'd rather judge what I can do for her when she's awake. Esca's eyes widen the more Fern speaks. Volunteer, as in... I won't charge, but don't go hitting me over the head again if it doesn't work. I've always wanted to expand my work, but finding willing participants is... tricky. Probably doesn't help with the amount I keep to myself, but still. Appreciate you're willing to listen to me ramble on. You're welcome. I've never had a mage give me the time of day. I suppose I should get to preparing more of my medium. That's what we spent the day gathering? Yeah, that's not everything I used, but those were the two main things I was missing. He gathers up the chunks of the exploded crystal and dumps them into the mortar to begin crushing the pieces into smaller shards. I do wish this had art for this, like I do wish this game had some more art, but I think the story is actually quite interesting. But I just wish there was actually, we actually got to see like them shirtless, you know, showing the tattoos, things like that, you know, and the disease. I do think, but this was made for a game jam, so this was probably one of the limitations. They couldn't get fit in time for the game jam. This is also just a demo. There will be a full version. As Esca looks closer, he notices the base of the pestle is also covered in markings, as is the bowl of the mortar and the lids of the Fern's jars. Actually, now that I think about it, this is going to be pretty hard. I haven't practiced on someone who can't control their own flow before. This is going to take some work to figure out. And how difficult is that to learn? Fern laughs. That's like half a Mage's curriculum right there. But I wouldn't worry about that. It's not an option for you. I did mention this isn't a dating sim, so this is just a visual novel. You writing me off or something? It's not called Mage's Rot because they caused it, you know. It's because it messes with magic users the most. If you try using magic when your body's infected, you transmit the infection as well. And if you circulate it through your body, well, you've done the rot's job for it. The first couple of mages who tried that found out the hard way. So how do healers manage it? I wish I knew. Another reason you should study healing. Maybe it'll help all this tattoo stuff. I don't like how that's starting to sound like a good idea. You could have mentioned you were infected too. That would have saved me a lot of preaching. If you're not in a state to do it yourself, there goes my argument for you to self-study. Fern begins scribbling into his notebook. Esca watches a stern expression form in Fern's face as he works. You look way different when you get into it. Look at you taking this so seriously. Let me focus. Do you want to fix or not? I can pass my own energy through my markings, no problem, but safely onto someone with magic rot? The disease complicates things. When I was at the guild, people just activated everything themselves. What's the problem? Just channel it. Do whatever you did to the crystals. Do you want what happened to the Altalite to happen to you? It's a more delicate process with the human body. I don't want you to explode. Just make a design that channels everything through touch. I don't think you know how difficult what you're asking me to do is. But I don't think you're too far off the mark either. This is certainly an interesting problem. Maybe this isn't so bad for my craft after all. Though I'd have to completely redo at least one of my sleeves. This sucks. Just draw it on me later, once you've sorted this out. The noise of grinding and glass clinking continues into the night. There we go, we finally have a person again. Eventually, Esca decides it's late enough. I'm going to bed. Fern doesn't look up from his work. Feel free. I'll sleep once I've solved this issue I'm having with the enchantment. Not wanting to put up with the noise, he heads down to the basement and into the comfort of his own bed. He looks over at Sienna. His sister remains as she was. Don't worry, sis. Just a little longer. I'll get this fixed tomorrow. Oh, by the way, happy Easter. This is being filmed on Easter. Streamed on Easter. Yeah, there we go. I suppose enough's enough. Probably going up later, though, so I hope you had a happy Easter if you celebrate. I suppose enough's enough. Wake up, Esca. I'm gonna sort out your sister. Esca shoots up immediately. Wait, really? Yeah, I figured you'd want to see this. Fern reaches over and removes a necklace from around Sienna's neck, the one that she'd pilfered from him a few days earlier. She begins to stir, her eyes open, and she sits up as if waking from a nap. What are you still doing here? I told you before, we're not giving you your stuff back. Esca runs for her sister to give her a big hug. She hugs back, very confused by his frantic affection. Huh? Esca, why is the magic user still here? Your brother's so nice that I've decided to help. Oh, that's a change of tune from the last time I saw you. How do you feel? What's that supposed to mean? I feel fine. Well, you were unconscious for about 3 days. Oh, so that's why I'm so hungry. Bro, please get off me. You're making it hard to breathe. He finally lets go, allowing her to move. Sorry. There we go, your sister's awake again. Isn't that great news? Esca snatches the necklace out of Fern's hand and examines it carefully, confused. Up close, he notices fine engravings around the chain. An enchanted necklace, that was all. Ooh, most people don't catch that on first look. Your sister sure didn't. I'm right here, you know. So what this means is, you could have fixed that at any time and you chose not to? I feel cheated. Over what? Lest I remind you, this happened as a result of your actions, not mine. Don't begrudge me for milking what I can out of an unfavorable situation. There's milking in here. I could have just up and left while you weren't looking. Would you have preferred that? Fern collapses onto Esca's bed and burrows into the sheets. I was up all night, so I'm borrowing this now that you're out of it. Your sister can move now, so she can leave if there's a problem. I'm dying. Hello? What is happening with the... are people typing their names backwards? I don't know. Howdy. Fine. This is the first I've seen you so hospitable, bro. I guess you must like him. I did all of this to make sure you were okay, and nothing else. Sure. A few days later. Dude, he likes me. Fern takes a brush and dips it into the paint solution, wiping the excess off the rim of the jar. He inspects the brush tip, then his notebook, and then the area around Esca's shoulder blade. Esca flinches at the surprise of the cool touch. He tenses, causing his back to twinge. He mutters under his breath, digging his nails into the palm of his hand. I'd advise keeping still if I were you. Sorry. Coughing, sick, blah. If I mess up, it can be painful. Wait, what? Did I forget to mention? Magic runs through your nerves, you know? If I'm not precise, well, the sensation can last as long as the stain on the skin. One time, well, I'll maybe wait until afterwards to start sharing stories. Just relax, and I'll warn you when the brush is coming. An hour passes. Esca's time is split between being drawn on, listening to the sounds of pencil and paper. You done yet? That's sounding dangerously close to impatience, you know. What's that saying about biting the hand that feeds you? It's on the tip of my tongue. Look, I get you might be nervous, but you're in the hands of the best of the craft, so don't worry. If you're the only one who does it, you're also technically the worst. I guess you're right. Stop talking. Your back moves when you do. That was funny. I like that. I like their banter. I just wish there was a little bit more of their pictures. More time passes. Okay, nearly done. Now that it should have stained, I'll just activate it with a little of my own energy, and... Esca feels Fern's fingers touch the base of his shoulder blade and near the patch on his lower back. Out from that touch, he feels heat. He braces for the sensation to cause a spasm, but nothing else happens. Well, how's that feel? Please, chat. Stop being so horny. God. Can't a game just be wholesome for once? No. Ginger said no. Okay, alright. Hot. Or it was for like a second. Good. I'll take that as a sign it worked. Feel anything now? No. Nothing. Great. You're welcome. Try not to touch the areas for the rest of the day. It's waterproof, so you can bathe in a day once it's dry. Sun exposure will bleach it out though, so don't go taking your shirt off outside. Well, that should do it for your leg. At least it'll stop things from getting worse. Quite a patch she's got there. It's impressive she can still walk. Any discomfort? It's a little numb, but it doesn't feel bad either. Interesting. Make sure to keep me updated. If you lose sensation in your leg, let me know. Sure. A smile creeps across Fern's face. He pulls out his notebook and begins scribbling down notes in graphite. Sienna peeks over, trying to make sense of the strange symbols, but there's nothing decipherable. She takes another look at the new lines on her skin, unable to make heads or tails of any of it. I wonder if the factor is age or gender, maybe both. Fern's train of thought is interrupted by the sound of footsteps. You finished yet? Just did. Sienna walks across the room, even doing a little spin on her inked leg. There's no sign of the limp that previously plagued her. I don't feel much. I'm impressed. Good job, bro. You found someone competent. Thanks. Well, thanks for seeing me off. I should probably get going. Though I was considering the possibility of moving down here. Esca doesn't do a very good job of masking his surprise. Really? You like it here that much? Now that I have the two of you to keep an eye on, the constant trips down here would be impractical. It'd be once every month or so at least. I'd rather have my test subjects somewhere I can monitor them. The logistics I still need to work out, though. If the local guard doesn't have a problem with it, I'll see who's interested in my refined technique. Care to point me in the direction of those around here who still have money? Surely some of them be interested in having their rot slowed. Sounds like you want to rely on my know-how even more. I figured it's only fair that if you want me to study healing magic, you should help me make money in the meantime. Aw, dude, really? Is Clock ignoring us? Clock, answer the question. What are you, what? Who's horniest? Who are we talking about? The game characters? What?
I assume chat.
Chat. Who's the horniest in chat right now? I think it was the guy who was like, damn, there hasn't been any horny scene in this game. I'm going to sleep. And I was like, well, I think it's that guy, bro. Really? Yes, really, Esca. In that case, I should be able to find someone who's interested. I'll do my best too. I'm fond of my new canvas. It'd be a shame if you died on me. I need to look for a new place as well. Make sure to find someone with enough space for a workstation, okay? I'll see what I can do. What? You're just gonna do that for me? I'm surprised. No jokes, no eye-rolling, lamenting the possibility of having me around any longer. You're serious about studying healing, right? If it's what I have to do, it's what I have to do. It might take some trial and error, though. I have some material available from my days at the guild, but it's not a ton. I'll figure something out along the way, as long as you don't mind continuing as my guinea pig. The second you know it'll work, Sienna better be top priority. And you're more useful to me than she is. Esca grabs Fern and pulls him in for a hug, catching him off guard. Nice. Hey, what's this for? Don't get any weird ideas. I just don't want to look for more test subjects. He's blushing. Thank you. Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean it. Thank me once I figured healing out, not before. Sienna wasn't kidding. You do hug hard. Ooh-woo. Esca lets Fern go. By the time you're back, I should be all set up again working at the mine. You won't have any issues. My markings will do their job, I promise. If you say so. If anything starts hurting, I'm dragging you in to explain to my boss. A little more faith would be appreciated. I'll be back with some more materials in a couple days. It's fine to store my things in the basement, right? You sure you don't want help transporting everything? I'll just hire a cart if there's too much. I can take it from here. Bye. Go and sort out things with the mine. You have money to save up. You don't have to follow me all the way out either. If you say so. Game ends. Dude, that was a really cute ending, dude. Altalite. So this is just a demo. I really enjoyed the demo, actually. I know it wasn't super horny. And the game could definitely use more art, especially during those, I mean, like CGs. Obviously, it's just a demo, so we're probably gonna. I'm gonna play when the full release comes out, whenever. I'm sure there'll be probably CGs. Most visual novels nowadays have some CGs and stuff like that. Maybe it won't, but at the very least, I assume a little bit more to the story and more art to the story, and we'll definitely play it when it comes out because this was really cute and fun. I don't think much of the story will change. I think the story will still be the same. I'm not a femboy. I'm not a femboy. I'm a clock, bro. I'm just a clock. I'm just a clock cat boy. It used to be a Wolverine boy, but too many people were like, you're a cat boy. You're a cat boy and you'll like it. No, it's fine. Anyways, thanks for watching. I really liked it. This is a game by Ekkoberry. I might check out some of their other games after this. They have some actual, their games I think are usually wholesome, but I might check out one of them. I saw this game reminded me a lot of Nom Nom Nami's games. Obviously a lot shorter and different art style, but kind of reminded me of that. So I kind of like these kinds of games once in a while. It's nice to play a not so horny game, chat. Okay. Sometimes it's nice to play a chill game. That's what I'll say about that.
It may not be horny, but chat will make it horny.
Chat will make it horny. That is true. Okay. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like and maybe subscribe. We're almost at 10K, and when we hit 10K, we're going to do a 12-hour live stream and a giveaway. That'll be really fun. And, you know, you get to see more videos like this and more dating sims, visual novels, horror games. We play a lot of variety of games on the channel. So if you like this video, you'll definitely enjoy my other stuff. So thank you, and have a good one. And if this is after Easter and you celebrated, I hope you had a good one. Have a good one. This has been Clock. Peace out.